Hello again, my dudes, welcome back to the channel. This is Kadima bringing you another Elden Ring DLC build video. This time not really using a weapon from the DLC, but the armor set and the Ash of War I'm using for this weapon are from the DLC, so technically it kinda is from the DLC. But this build is mostly focused on a quite broken weapon that we have access to since the main game, which is, that's right, the Warped Axe. Now this thing, when infused with Heavy, it has an attribute scaling of S in strength. Now this is an axe, a standard axe, so it's got quite a fast attack rate. It does an insane amount of damage. Now, I'm using the Stormcaller here just to stay in the essence of being with something from the DLC. But you can use pretty much any other Ash of War that you prefer. The reason why I'm using Stormcaller is very simple. It's actually quite good to trap people using backhand and spamming blind spot, because the moment they spam the blind spot on top of you, they'll get trapped in the Stormcaller, and this is a nice answer to that problem. I'm also using a Gilded Iron Shield with the Carrion Retaliation, because this is one of my favorite parrying tools, and I did manage to parry a few people using this build. It's very unexpected. People don't really see the parry coming because they'll just focus on how much damage the Warped Axe does, that most of them don't really pay much attention. I'm using the Divine Beast Helm, not only for the looks in this case, but also because it gives me 3 strength and 3 dexterity, which I kinda wanted so I could have endurance at 45. And then for the highest possible defenses and the look of it, because in all honesty I do kinda like to look chunky in my builds, I'm using the Verdigris armor set. Chart of Alexander to boost the Stormcaller a little bit. Two-handed sword talisman, it's a must-have because we're gonna two-hand the axe the whole time. A tree's favor, just so we have higher HP, FP, stamina, equip load, the whole shenanigans. And Bugoat's talisman, which raises poise. And in this case, we got a lovely 124 poise, so we are kinda hard to poise through attacks. We can actually take quite a big hit and still reply and attack back. Now, for buffs, I'm using the Dragon Bolt Grease and the Exalted Flesh for PvP and PvE, but for PvE I'm also using the Flask with temporarily boost poise with the Leader and Artir, and temporarily increased attack power with the Bloodsucking Cracketeer, and of course the Mimic is there to give us a boost. Now, let's take a look at the attack rate, 772. This is completely unbuffed and it's already quite broken. Of course, two-handed. But when you buff this thing with the Grease and with the Exalted Flesh, you get an attack rate of 1046. It's just stupid. For a weapon that attacks this fast, it's just insane. 4 hits will kill any player in PvP. The Stormcaller does a nice amount of damage as well. It doesn't have the highest reach because the axe is quite small, but it's still nice to have. Let's take a look at the stats. Level 151, Vigor at 60, Mind at 10, Endurance at 45, Strength at 80, Dexterity at 16. Keep in mind, both Strength and Dexterity have 3 extra points from the Helm. Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane untouched. And this is pretty much the build in a nutcase, but enough said. Why won't we just look at the examples? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you are one of my regular viewers, thank you ever so much for the continuous support. Enough said, let's watch those examples. As per usual, starting with the Black Knight, we're gonna get that axe covered in lightning, we're gonna have that Exalted Flesh, and then the Flask when we're just close enough, and then just dodge that tongue, and then get a charged R2, and then me and the Mimic just spammed the tornado right at the same time, and it was just decimation. GG, Black Knight. Now for the Chief Blood Fiend. Unfortunately, the Mimic continues to see his therapist because he's still obsessing with those guys outside the fog for whatever reason. As you can see, he's just there staring at the fog. Look at him. But he finally decided to change his mind and pay the boss some attention, which gives me enough space to get myself buffed with the Exalted Flesh, the Lightning, the Flask ready to go. And here we are. I thought about just spamming the tornadoes, but this boss moves quite a lot, and I wasn't really hitting him. Although I did hit him a couple of times, he wasn't like going shredding him as I wanted, so I just went with a couple of spam of R1s and got the job done. Now for PvP, this axe is just stupid. You are going to see that simple R1s do more than 600 damage. Like this one, 544, but he's using physic resistances. As you can see, consume the consumable that increases your damage negation, but still he still gets killed in 4 hits. So it's just pretty much stupid, this axe in the arena. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really require a lot of skill to win using this thing, so it's just easy. You do so much damage per hit that is just crazy. As you can see, even this guy, he's got a nice chunky armor, but still he's gonna go down rather quickly the moment I start hitting him. He's got the rot going, which kind of puts him under pressure, but then I just go R1 spamming, and then still I've got no problems. I can take a hit because I'm so tanky, but then look at those hits. It's just so much damage per hit. It's crazy. Next fight, again, this guy's chilled. I fought him a couple of times. He's relaxed. He's also coming with a warp axe, which makes it interesting. My running R1 does 563 damage. That's just crazy. Now we're gonna trade some hits here, because we are both using the warp axe. He hits me, I hit him, and then I decided to go with a tornado, and unfortunately he really didn't dodge away from me. He just kept rolling around me, and I eventually killed him with a tornado. GG. Now this one, coming with a katana, I'm gonna just get him with the rot, and ready, here we go, my friend. Rot for you. There you go. He's still got the bubble, but he's just blocking there. He's not really doing anything. So I thought, okay, in that case, let me get started. Get that bubble away. The rot has already done 300 points of damage. He does manage to hit me there with the R1. Almost got me that with the Ash of War, but then I just went in for the kill and just spammed R1s in his face, and it was just 1900 damage nearly. GG. Now this one, quick fight. We go straight to the point. He comes with a Svyander, it looks like. I managed to get 2 R1s straight away, and then another R1 with the roll catching. And then he decided to go with the wings, which nearly gave me the win, but then I finished him off with a simple R1 for the roll catch. GG. Now this one, I could tell straight away there was lag because the system didn't lock. It's like it didn't recognize this guy was already there. But, okay, he's saying hello, so I'm gonna just give him a Mikala ring. There you go, buddy. Can we just start now? Unfortunately, because of the lag, this felt like it was just an uneven fight. But then I thought, okay, this guy is just basically doing the same thing. He spams blink to my face, and then he spams R1. And as you can see, the tornado claimed 1500 damage. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna make him do that again. He comes to me, tornado, and then it's a GG. Easy win. Now this guy, I gotta tell you a story about this guy. I fought this guy multiple times. All he does is this. He just spams those little spells, and then he goes Ash of War with the Cypher, which is funny. But then I have carry in retaliation, and he just kept using the spells. So as you can see, I only actually hit him once. All of the other damage was actually his own spells, as you are about to see. I just thought, okay, if this guy wants to do this, I'll just hit him one more time, and then I'm gonna let him kill himself. There you go. There's another couple of your own spells. Do that again. He does. I didn't catch that first one, but then I did this one, and then GG with his own spell. Well, that's the definition of the insanity. Do the same thing and expect a different outcome. GG. Now this guy, he comes with a curved sword, they are nasty. They have quite a crazy hitbox, and they attack quite fast. At some point I thought maybe he's also using parry, so I gotta be careful. As you can see, I'm still just trying to outspace him. Didn't get those hits. Managed to get him with those two R1s for 1,100 damage. With two R1s, 1,100 damage. It's just crazy. Now he's trying to swap his talismans and shields and get some HP back, which is okay. But that doesn't gonna save you. GG. Now this one, as I was consuming the Exalted Flash, he decided to attack me straight away. Which is okay. I get that. You don't want to be at a disadvantage, but you know, I've kind of had enough of people doing that to me, so from now on, whoever attacks me while I buff gets a lovely point down. There you go. And then GG. And as promised, here's the point down. Next fight, fighting again a guy with a great curved sword. That sword is actually quite nice. I like the sword. Gotta be careful though, because it will do a lot of damage, and it's got a nice Ash of War. Still managed to do a tremendous amount of damage. 2 hits did nearly 1,400 damage. Then I'm just gotta get him one last time for the win. Now again, another good duel. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a long one, a very long one. This guy was keeping me on my toes, despite the fact that I got this lovely overpowered axe. Got that damage there. Nice 2 hits. Then I got hit again by the one Ash of War that I hate above all of them, which is the thing with the fire. I always fail to roll out of it. I still haven't got the gist of it. I escaped that one because it was too far, but not long to go. I finally managed to trip him a little bit and then got the double R1 for the win. Next one, we're gonna get that lightning on the axe, Exalted Flash for the double buff, and we are ready to roll. Gotta dodge that. He's gonna throw some spells. Yeah, of course he is. I absolutely mistimed that carry in retaliation. That was quite absurd of me. This one wasn't the greatest either, because I still got the damage, but this one was perfect. Right there, no damage. Got the missiles. Didn't manage to hit him, but then I waited for him to chug, trapped them in the corner. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but then R1, he goes in the corner. Big mistake, because if you're in the corner against this axe, you're gone, buddy. There is a good fight here with the YouTuber Sleepy Cheapy. I think he's a YouTuber. You should check him out. He also makes Elden Ring content. He's been kicking my ass all afternoon when I was using my twin blade bleed build. So it's just fair that I try to get some wins and regain my honor, although I'm using clearly an overpowered weapon, I'm not gonna lie. But he's using a powerful combo as well. The Pata with a large club is an extremely good setup, because you get the speed with the Pata and the damage with the club. But I got the win. GG. Now, this fella was using a rapier, which gave me the idea, okay, I can parry that. But then he switched to Morgott and then back to the rapier, which, if I was not mistaken, was the Bloody Alice, which it was, and that gave me the idea I can actually parry him after he teleports. He swapped back to Morgott's sword, but then he went back with a rapier. I got my shield out, and then parry for the win. GG. Let's finish him off. Next fight, again against someone who decided to attack me while I was buffing. Not a problem, I'm just gonna troll him a little bit, and then boom, boom. 572 damage, that's not too bad for an R1. Then another hit, but didn't connect. Then he comes with a running again, 572 again, that's not too bad. and then he swapped to the Great Katana, which is good news for me because I love pairing these things. So as soon as I can, I will swap to my shield. I don't want to like make it too obvious, so I try to swap as if I'm running back from them, for example, so they don't really see that I'm changing the shield. Because if people see you going with a shield, they immediately think they're gonna get parried, so they change their ways. They start doing jumping attacks more than anything. Still managed to get 1617 damage from there, but this is when I got my shield out. I thought it was the perfect time. Managed to trap him with a pot, and then I just baited him with a random R1. He did the running attack, and I easily parried for the win. GG. Now another fight, another great katana. You know what that means, guys. It's good to parry if I can. It always depends on the opponent's style. I was getting the feeling that this guy was going to do quite a few running R1s or maybe rolling R1s. Managed to get 1298 damage with 2 hits, which is pretty crazy. Didn't connect there, but then I thought, okay, if I'm going to parry, this is the time. I'm going to bait him with a pot, and it worked perfectly. Perfect bait, perfect parry, perfect win, flawless victory. GG. Now this one is going to be a quick one. I fought this guy quite a few times already. We do have some connection issues. He stutters quite a lot, as you can see. He's stuttering quite. That hit there was quite strange because he was like one step behind, and all of a sudden he was on top of me. But then I just went with the tornado, and he was next to me, so I got the win straight away. Now that's someone who is constant on my channel. I fought him several times this afternoon as well during the stream. He's a good player, he plays fair, he doesn't do any cheap stuff, but 2 attacks, 1666 damage. Wow, that's just crazy. Any small weapon that does that amount of damage, I'm sorry, but it's broken. Of course he had the Rakshasa set, but still. Now this guy as well, he decided to attack me while I buff, which is not ideal, so I'm gonna give him a little point down and troll him a little bit. But the thing is, I didn't realize why his damage was so small. It felt like his weapons were not really upgraded. But in any case, best of all was that he only had 1450 HP. 2 hits and I won. Now this is going to be the last fight, again against Sleepy Cheapy. Again, if you can, go and check him out on YouTube. I believe it's him, maybe it's not. But here we go. Again, he's got that combo going, and he uses it quite effectively. He does keep me on my toes, and as I said, he's been destroying me pretty much all afternoon when I was using my twin blade build. He's got a lot of poise, he's got a lot of defenses, that works quite well for him. I only managed to do 366 damage, and I'm fully buffed, so that goes to show that his defenses and his damage negations are quite high. In any case, I'll let you watch the end of it. If you are new to the channel, as usual, I do ask that you consider subscribing. It does help quite a lot. Leave a like, comment, share with your friends. To my usual viewers, thank you so much for the continued support, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Cheerio!